Okay, so I have just some very basic exercises here for you to do. And it's mainly, like we talked about before, the ball here, you want to make sure that your ball's not too squishy, but that it's not too hard. You should be able to have about a 90-degree bend in your knees, somewhere around in that area as you're sitting down on the ball. And we're going to start with just a couple of things to warm up a little bit, and then I'm going to give you just a handful of exercises. This will be fairly short, so you're not going to be here for a long time, but it'll be just some exercises that if you practice once or twice a week, along with the other stuff that you're doing, will probably benefit you as we go. So give me just a second so I can move back. We are going to start off with just a nice, easy, just hip roll from here. So you can keep your hands on your sides from here, and we're just going to roll. And what we're doing from here is we're using the abdominal muscles to roll those hips from around in a circle and coming back. So we don't want to be pushing off the feet from here. We want to sit up nice and tall and just work from the waist. So using the tummy, squeeze that around and rolling it back and through. So you do 8 to 10 one way, 8 to 10 the other way. So you just reverse it back out and go the other direction. Really nice and easy. Try and connect this with your breath. So a nice big breath in, roll that back around, exhale as you come back to the front, tuck under. So we're again working with that pelvic tilt a little bit. Forgive my squeaky ball here. Okay, then the next piece, we're just going to tuck under and we're going to open back up here. So basically just tucking the pelvis under here, squeeze nice and strong for a second, and then we're just going to rock it backwards, kind of arch the back just a little bit, back and forth. Again, you can just let the hands come down to the sides for right now. Very nice and easy. Do probably, again, 8 to 10 of those should be pretty good to start off with. And then what we're going to do from here is we're just going to bring the hands out to the sides. Now, if that's a little too much for you, you can always bring them into the center from here, or you can cross them over. But we want to make sure that we're leading with the shoulder and the arms are just kind of coming along for the ride. We're again going to sit very nice and tall from here. We're going to look back over the shoulder and pulse twice, and then we're coming back to center. So we're going to pulse, pulse, center, pulse, pulse, center. So reset, nice and tall in between each one. Just a few. And center. Coming in between each time. So as we do this, we want to try and make sure that we don't let the arms tilt up or down like a little airplane, but they stay nice and steady. We also don't want to be pulling. We're reaching with the shoulder. One more time. Here. And then while we're here, we're just going to shift. We're going to shift the shoulders side to side. Our goal, of course, is to stay nice and tall and not fall off the ball. So we shift, coming back here, over here, and back again. Once again, we're just sitting nice and tall, very gentle here, but we're reaching as far as we can, kind of like we're trying to touch something over here. And one more time. And then back to center. And then from here, we're going to start to bounce just a little bit. So this should be kind of fun. So we're just going to take it nice and easy, bounce nice and long, and we're going to reach up. We're going to keep bouncing. We're going to bring that back down. We're going to reach the other arm up. And again, we're going to bring that back down. We're going to continue that for a couple of rounds here. Just reach that arm all the way up, nice and easy, and coming up nice and easy from here. The bounce doesn't need to be fast. That's just kind of my rhythm, so take that wherever you want it to go. It can be quick, it can be slow. Just make sure you can control it. Let's go just a couple more here. And coming back out from here. Now we're going to take that reach and we're going to reach on a diagonal. So not to the side, but up on a diagonal. So we're going to take the arm over here. You can bounce or not, or you can just stay nice and easy. So whichever you prefer to do. We're just going to take a nice long reach and a nice long reach. Coming from there. And then I'm going to reach across in front. So we're coming across the front and across the front. So we're coming across the midsection, Cross the midline like we're coming kind of about shoulder width on the other side. And again, we just continue with that bounce, just nice and easy, big leg, long arms here. And then we're gonna bring the arms up and down. So we're gonna come up, and we're gonna relax down. We're gonna come up, and relax down. A couple more, reaching up here, and coming down. And one more time, all the way up, and down. And then we're gonna begin to move the legs if we can. So let's start from a seated position first. Just relax, lose the bounce, and we're gonna start by just lifting one foot off the ground. We're gonna go ahead and very gently set that back down, brace through the abs, and try and keep your gaze nice and steady. So keep a central point here that you can just keep your focus on so that you don't have to worry about changing, turning your head or anything like that, up and down or anything. Just keep it in one steady spot. Try and move with your breath. And then we're gonna try and make that a little quicker. And we can add a little bounce or not, depending upon how you feel with this. So you can reach up and reach and reach. Come in again, there, just like we did before. So it's just a little march. You take whatever part of this that you want to work on. It might be just the arms, it might be the legs, or you might just master it all at once and say, this is for me, this is great. Or you might hate it, in which case, throw it out, don't do it. Okay, now from here, we're gonna reach side and side. So this is gonna challenge your balance just a little bit, but it should also warm you up, bring your heart rate up just a little bit. So we're working quite a few things at the same time. Let's go just two more. And then we're gonna bring it back to center, and we're gonna come across, and reach, and reach. Back again, and again. Good. Let's go four more. We're 4, and 3, 2, and our last one there. Then bring it to center, take a breath up, reach all the way up from here. We're gonna relax down. Now I'm gonna turn to the side so that you can see. What we're gonna do from here is just a nice, easy kind of crunch. So we're gonna come down until we've got nice support on the back. I'm gonna have to back up just a little bit. But I wanna make sure that your back is supported as you come into here, and you don't wanna have like the head jerked way forward or tilted all the way back. So we wanna kind of find a happy medium. And as we roll down here, keep the ball in contact with your body, especially your back all the way through. If you're a little worried about that, put your hands down or grab a hold of the ball as you come down. You're gonna slowly walk yourself out. Nice and easy from there. The higher you are on the ball, the harder the exercise will be. So we're gonna do just like a little crunch from here, where we can either let the hand just relax into the hands, or we can cross the hands over the center, or you can put one fist right underneath. We're just gonna squeeze. It's not a very big movement, it's pretty small. Coming back to center. And if this is too high up, you just come a little farther down, and that'll give you a little bit more support, and you won't have quite as much weight from the upper body. So let's do 10 of these. We're gonna exhale as we come up. Nice big inhale on the way down. Exhale and squeeze. Inhale and open up. So just take your time with it. Get that little contraction at the top, so hold and pause. Bring that back. And then when you've done 10, we're just gonna roll down just a little bit deeper. So from here, we're just gonna, again, keep the ball in contact with the back as we come from here. We're just gonna come down into basically like a little squat, and we'll roll it back. Now, if that bothers your neck as you come back there, so you can keep it in contact all the way through and roll back over. But if that makes you dizzy, keep the chin tucked up. You can also take a hand back and just support it as you come back if you need to, or want to. But we're just gonna roll back and up. You can also bring both hands up, but just make sure that the head is just supporting the neck and not cranking on it. So this is just like a little mini squat. So you can open the chest, open the hips. Take your time with that. And again, if you need to, you can also put those toes against a wall or bring the shins up against a couch so that you've got just a little bit of support there and you don't have to worry about sliding. I'm going to go just 2 more. And then we're going to move into the bridges, which is the one where I had you support your shoulders. Again, making sure that you got support underneath your head so that your head's not tilting away back. We're just going to come down into a deeper part of the squat. And we can actually bring the hips away from the wall just a little bit, or the ball, as we come down. So from here, all we're going to do is thrust the hips up. So we squeeze them up, let them come back down. Nice big breath, squeeze, tighten up those glutes. Exhale and bring that back and down. Good. Nice and easy from here. And we will do 10 of these as well. So nice breath in. Squeeze and hold for a pause. Relax down. We're halfway there if I'm counting right. And this should be 10. And then we're just going to relax from here. We're going to hold right here, so we're going to keep that tabletop position. We're going to take the arms from here, and as long as you're okay with it, we're going to keep the shoulders supported here. We're just going to bring the arms overhead and back to center. So our goal is to do this without letting the rump drop. So we brace the abs, we squeeze the rear in, and we're going to shoot to do a set of 10. Do as many as you're comfortable with. If you need to take a break at any point, please do. And just jump back in when you're ready. Nice thing about the video, you can shut it off and say, forget it, right? So these arms just stay nice and long. Again, by now you ought to be feeling the rear end, probably feeling this somewhat in your belly as well, meaning that we're doing a good job. Your quads might feel just a touch. We have 2 to go. And don't forget the breath. Nice big inhale as we open. Exhale and close that up. And we're going to come back on top of the ball. So very gently, we're going to bring ourselves back up. Again, keep in contact with it. Put your hands down if you're not real sure about it. Coming back from here. We're going to stand back up. And we're going to come on top of the ball, but this time we're going to go face down. So we're going to make sure that we've got good support from the hips on top of the ball, and our hands should be able to touch the floor, and as we begin, our feet should as well. So when we come from here, and again, you can always kind of start off with a wall or something fairly close, but we're going to be lifting our feet, so you don't want to be too terrible close. So here we want to find a position where we can touch with the hands. Our toes should be touching, but we should be having support underneath the hip and the kind of belly button area there. So what we want to do is shift our weight slightly forward, just a little bit. We're going to pull the belly button up first. So just think of kind of bracing those abs just a little bit from there. We're going to lift the legs up just until they're parallel to the floor. So we stretch and reach them back as long as we can and come back down. So nice big breath. We'll lift that up. We'll exhale, relax, let it come back. And again, we'll do 10 of these as well. So the goal is to keep everything else very nice and steady as we just squeeze and work through the back side here. And we're trying to do 10. Okay, so once we have done the 10 with the feet pointing straight back from us, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it down and we're going to take those feet out just a little bit wider. So if you're on a mat, they're going to be onto the outside of your mat. If you're not, they're just going to be wide. We're going to feel this work a little bit more on the outside of the hip versus right square through there. We should feel this out here just a little bit as well. We're doing exactly the same thing. We want to draw the belly button in, pull those ribs down, and we're just going to lift those legs. So it's not a throw up, it's a squeeze. We just want to squeeze and lift the legs up. Hold for just a very short pause. Lower them down nice and slow. We lift them slow. We let them down slow. Trying to get the work with the tempo. And I lost count, so please bear with me. I think we're halfway there. Let's go 2 more. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and bring those feet back. Now this one you may want to, and you may feel more comfortable having your feet up against something, either nicely onto a mat or up against the wall. It really doesn't matter. But we're going to move the arms this time, and we're only going to do 1 set. So we've got the arms underneath the shoulders at this point. We're going to come forward just a tiny bit. Toes should still be touching the ground. We're going to lift one arm up into the air, and we're pulling that towards the front. So we're not trying to shoot it way up in the air. We're trying to stay with the chest and the hips both parallel to the floor and not do a whole lot of rocking around too much like I just did. So trying to keep our focus and our concentration on reaching really long. Now you may feel yourself roll back just a little bit, and that's okay. This should be a comfortable spot for you. And again, we're just looking for length. Now we are going to change, and this time we're going to lift to the side. So we'll lift straight out to the center and out to the center from here. So again, we're only going about shoulder height. We want to stay parallel with the floor versus going really high. You'll notice that if you keep the abs engaged, your balance is going to be a lot better. So staying nice and strong. You may need a little bit wider base with your legs. Just fine. Nothing at all wrong with that. So once you get pretty comfortable with all of those and you feel pretty good about it, then what we'll do, and this doesn't need to be like today or tomorrow, but what we will do is we're going to add the leg and the arm together at the same time. So you take the opposite arm and leg, again resetting, making sure that we're balanced. We'll pull the belly in nice and strong. We're going to lift one arm and one leg. Relax that back and down, reset. We're going to come back up on the other side, one arm and one leg. Bring that back and down. So then you would just alternate that. You can do them all on one side, or you would alternate it back and forth. Now once we're done with those, if you just want to relax, you can just rest over the top of the ball. And you can just experiment, rolling it around a little bit, kind of forward and back, as long as it doesn't bother your, make you dizzy or anything like that. You can just play with that just a little bit. And then we're very gently going to come back up. Now you can come back down on your knees, or you can just squat it back, hang onto your ball, or you can roll off to the side, however you want to come back off of that. We're going to come back up, we're going to stand up on top of it, or we're going to sit up on top of it once again. And we're going to do one last piece before we finish the stretch here. This one again is a fairly shallow one, and it may not be something that you want to do right away, but you can add this on later on as you get a little bit more comfortable. And we're working the obliques from here, which is just the side of the abs, working a little bit more into the belly as we go from here. We're only going to do 5 on each side. So again, you'll roll yourself down. The getting down and up is always the chancy part there. From here, we will support our head with the hand, and we're going to take the arm to the side. So we're fully supported from here, but we're going to keep that stomach nice and tight, and we're going to take this arm directly out to the side, and all we're going to do is squeeze to bring that arm to the side. So we exhale as we draw that in. We're trying not to come up from here, but just go directly to the side. And then we're going to do 5 on the other side. So again, just relax the head into the hand, bring that other arm parallel to the floor, we squeeze it to the side, back into the middle. So on this one, instead of pulling with the arm, we want to think of just shortening the space between the ribs and the hip. And we want to just use the abs to squeeze, which sounds a little weird, but you'll feel it. And then from here, we're just going to relax. Now, once again, make sure that you've got support for your head. Wherever you want it to be, you can let the arms come forward, you can let them come back. This is a part that should feel kind of good. So we're just opening up that chest. Again, if it's easier for you, you can always bring the hands back up. You can put them behind your head if you'd like. And you're just going to rock back and forth as long as you feel comfortable with that. And then we'll very gently roll back up. Again, you can hang on to the ball if you like, or we'll just set it back up. That gets a lot easier the more you do it. So we'll sit back down again from here. You don't have to turn around, I'm just turning so that you can see me. We're going to drop the shoulder back down from here. Just get a real nice easy stretch. Back of the shoulder, back of the arm there. And then I'm going to bring this arm up overhead, and if we can, we're going to bring that back down behind us. You can try and bring the fingers together with both hands if you wish, or you can support this elbow up here with the other arm. Then we're going to come to the other side from here. Just reach and stretch that across. Again, this arm is just hanging out. This arm is holding it. This arm is just hanging out and relaxing. So try not to hold the shoulders up, but relax them down nice and firm. Then we'll bring this arm all the way back up overhead. Again, you can support it, or you can come back and you can try and reach both fingers together. Takes a little bit of practice sometimes with that. We'll relax that one back and down, and then we're going to come from here. We're going to interlace the fingers if we can. We're just going to hollow out through the center. So make a nice big C curve, blow all of your air out. We're going to round through there. Then we're going to sit up really tall, one vertebra at a time. You can either bring the arms back on the back of the ball, or you can just open them wide, depending upon how your balance is. This time we're going to exhale, and we're just going to give ourselves a hug. Hollow out through the center, really rounding underneath. We're going to open back up. And our very last time here, take a nice easy breath. Big inhale up.